Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 for the Game Boy Advance. Last time we spent an entire video mostly getting lost, and this time hopefully we don't get nearly as lost. We have entered the Cavern of Earth. I'm not walking because I have a feeling as soon as I start walking I'll get lost, so 3 steps and a battle. Somehow I'm not surprised. Okay, these guys are actually kind of tough. That's not what I want to be seeing right now. There's like all sorts of stuff that's like, oh, if you walk, you won't get as many encounters. Honestly, I don't know if that's actually the case or not, so I'm probably gonna try running if possible, because just to speed this whole process up along. And yes, I'm looking at maps, by the way, because the Cavern of Earth is kind of a confusing area. I remember getting really stuck here on my first playthrough because it wasn't so much about getting lost that threw me off, it was the constant bombardment by enemies. Not only is the place kind of confusing, with a lot of alternate pathways to find treasure, there are a ton of encounters, so let's just cut out the middleman and just use a map. That's how I'm feeling right now, just not gonna waste time, but just trying to search every nook and cranny. I'll probably come and get all the remaining treasure off screen like the other caves, and I'll let you know what I find, I suppose, but I don't think there's gonna be anything that good. We actually have pretty solid equipment as is. Which you wouldn't be able to tell based on how much we're getting destroyed here, but actually, it's better than what it could be in this circumstance. So this is one of those weird spots in games where you actually have to do quite a bit of backtracking. So we'll actually have to come back here at a later time, which is not what I want to be doing, actually, because this area is a little bit confusing. And not only do you have to backtrack, you actually have to redo the entire dungeon. So that's something to look forward to. So it should be down, and another Minotaur. Some people say Minotaur, I say Minotaur. I'm not familiar with Greek pronunciation, so I don't know which one is actually right. So just wanting to throw that out there. Anyway, stairs, and we are on now floor 3. Floor 3 is actually pretty straightforward. We can actually see where we need to go. That little red door there, that's where we need to go. Problem, about 50 million enemies stand in our way, so... the thing is, ogres are kind of early game enemies compared to what we've been seeing, so that's why I ran, because they just would not give good experience. These guys will barely give us good experience, so might as well fight them at least. I'm gonna save my fire magic because reasons and paralysis. If they all attack our warrior, that would be really nice because he can't get more paralyzed. If he paralyzes anyone else, that could be bad. If we only have like one person actually getting a turn, that would not be good. This is an item right along the path. Ouch. Okay, maybe going for that item was not a good idea. But 1 damage, I can live with that. That should be a 1-hit kill, yeah. Pretty cool. We have come a long way already, and it's only episode 6. So we haven't seen a single crystal yet, so don't give up hope. We will be seeing the first crystal very shortly. I hope. 3,400 gil, so that's definitely worth the slight detour. Again, everything else is really out of the way, so we're not gonna go for that. There's nothing in this room as far as I can tell from the map. Wraiths are actually able to be fought in a lot of different places, so we don't even need to use magic on them. They're that easy to take out. This is going pretty fast, actually. So fast, I'm actually wondering how far we're gonna get through this. If I do a cut, then we'll get really far in this episode, and if I don't do a cut, we won't, because random encounters. Random encounters add, probably by the end of it, add an extra at least 5 hours to the game's length. So when you read that the game's like 20 hours, expect most of that to be random encounters. Or not most, but like a solid percentage to be random encounters. Hate to break it to you, but yeah, that is a problem. Cockatrice. These guys are not the best. Not the worst, but not the best either. Just kinda, eh. If you get turned to stone, that actually is not so great. If the entire party is turned to stone, that counts as a game over. So, if you have some sort of, whatchamacallit, a golden needle, now is the time to use it, except I'm not using it, because I wanted to thin out the herd a little bit, because, let's just put it this way, if we use the golden needle on them, and then they've got another attack in, then it will be completely pointless. So, I wanted to thin out the enemies, so basically my luck would mean I would do all the work to heal him, and then he'd immediately get turned to stone again. So, let's just play it safe. Another treasure that's, well, hi, I didn't know you were here. Okay, I think I took a wrong turn somewhere. A very wrong turn. Ooh, this is actually not that, this is not good actually. Earth. What would be good on Earth? So let's try fire. Why not? Apparently fire was a good call. So, this apparently is one that always spawns on this tile, so if you want to do some good level grinding, this would actually be a good spot. Just walk back onto that tile. I was supposed to go down even further. And see, we're back in this area. Heal up because we have a, what is our second main boss? If you don't count, Garland, because Garland is kind of a gimme if you're like over level 5. All things in this world are destined to end in death. The seal cannot be broken, and so the earth shall rot. Wow, you're a charming individual. You cannot alter destiny. The immortals cannot kill the undying. Yeah, well, I have holy magic, so take that. Vampire is kinda tough. Except not really, because we have a lot of really good spells. This is gonna be really pathetic, actually, unless that goes through. Okay, that went through, so this is gonna be a little bit dicey. Just bombard him with... Okay. That works. I'm okay with that. You got the Star Ruby, or obtained the Star Ruby. What do we do with the Star Ruby? We, yet again, have to give it to someone that we haven't actually seen yet. I could have sworn I bought teleport off screen. Okay. So now we have to go to that, what was it, the Giant's Cave or something like that. I'm actually gonna do a cut because it's gonna take a while to get back out, and also to the cave because I'm gonna go heal as well. So, just one moment. Just a reminder, the Giant's Cave, I think is what it's called, is about, like, west and maybe south, like, at like a 30-degree angle from Melmond. That's the best way I can think of to describe it. Anyway, geometry stuff aside, warg wolves. Get out of here. Back to the topic on hand. I did get a lot of treasure from the Cavern of Earth, and the only thing good I got was the Coral Sword, which I equipped to Leo, and I moved the Rune Blade to Wedge. I got the Rune Blade in the previous episode when I did all the treasure looting off screen, which I probably should have mentioned I did do off screen. Yeah, off screen I did go and get all the treasures. That's also why my levels are so high. I probably should have mentioned that a little bit sooner. Huh. Just slipped my mind, I suppose. But it's just nice to not be getting ridiculously lost, if I do say so myself. 215. That is a lot of damage. Also, I figured out that I did try to buy teleport, but it wouldn't let me. You can't learn teleport until you become a, well, I won't say. Spoiler. You have Star Ruby? Give me Star Ruby and I let you pass. Nothing tastier than rubies. The guy that I was reading literally said that you could probably make a sandwich in the time it takes for him to walk off screen. So that's what the Star Ruby is for. We were supposed to talk to the golem first and then go look for the ruby. Like the crown, we kind of broke sequence a little bit, so I guess I should apologize for that, but also it's a big time saver to just get the ruby and talk to the golem once, because to put it bluntly, Giant's Cave is pretty far away, actually, in terms of, not in terms of distance, but in terms of time. Because, hey, they're not too far away from each other, just go a little bit, it's like, it's only a little bit northwest, except you have a bazillion random encounters, so it ends up taking a good half hour, potentially. Okay, that's an exaggeration, not half hour, but you get what I'm saying. It takes a really long time to go back and forth between Giant's Cave and the Cavern of Earth, so minimize it, is what I'm saying. Yeah, the golem would just be telling you like, oh, get ruby, and it'd just be very basic dialogue like that. Anyway, go through these stairs. There's actually treasure to the south of where the golem was, but going north from where the golem was takes us to another part of this continent. Go around this little S shape thing, and get interrupted by shadows, the hedgehogs, because why not? Yeah, again, just to reiterate, I will probably get back to Shadow's story eventually in Sonic 06, it just may take a very long time because I'm just not feeling it right now. To put it very bluntly, I'm not feeling it. Too much work and too little payoff. So, like, Paper Mario's doing great right now in terms of viewership rates compared to Sonic. Paper Mario and Animal Crossing both are, like, way more successful. So I feel like I am kind of being pigeonholed as just another guy who just plays Nintendo games. I mean, that's not a problem because I mostly own Nintendo games, I just kind of feel pigeonholed. Again, not meaning that as a bad thing per se, it's just kind of a, it's a thing that just kind of comes with the territory, I suppose. Anyway, we have reached the Sage's Cave. Also, if we had gone further in the Cavern of Earth, we would have gone to a point where we couldn't progress any further. So again, I could have shown that, but why? Because what's the point of going all that way just to get to a dead end and be like, oh sorry, you can't go any further? So you're the ones who defeated the vampire, eh? But he was only a servant. The beast corrupting the earth crystal lurks far deeper within the cavern. Take the staff with you and use it behind the vampire's chamber. You obtained Earth Rod. I don't know if it's like magic or like a physical thing. Like, oh, just bash open the entrance. So are the crystals of grace. Can we use your bed, sir? No. Dang it. I could have used the heal, actually. Actually, I'm in pretty good condition right now, all things considered. I forgot to actually mention that also our Black Mage died on the way back out of the cave, so she's even further behind in levels than she was, so down an extra several hundred experience points. Not really a bad thing, it's just kind of an observation. So, what are we at? We're not really, it's not really time to end the video, but I don't know how much I can actually get done in like 5 minutes. Let's go explore the Giant's Cave a little more. Or get attacked by ogres. That works too. Yeah, actually, let's not explore the Giant's Cave. That'd take forever. But maybe I'll just demonstrate what I mean about this taking forever. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just to demonstrate how long a trip takes back and forth between the caves. See, it's not just because, oh, you have to travel a long way. It's because I have really bad luck with games. For some reason, games don't like me very much, I guess would be a good way to put it. So, when I try to play a game, a lot of times, if there's any sort of random component to it, it will give me the worst possible outcome on a regular basis. Example, random encounters. I always get really terrible random encounter rates, no matter what I'm playing. That's why I like games like Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG, because you can actually avoid everything if you feel like it. Like if I were to speedrun a game, I've actually considered speedrunning Super Mario RPG just because I wouldn't have to worry about as much RNG compared to most RPGs. Anyway, what else was I saying? Actually, look at that. As soon as I'm trying to prove a point about the RNG giving me a hard time, I get like ridiculous RNG and don't see a single enemy for like 50 steps, which is very unusual in this particular game. I think it's worse in Final Fantasy 3 and 4. Also, I should point out, I'm just gonna do this to manipulate my spawn point. Something else I want to point out is that Final Fantasy 12 was actually the first, well technically, Final Fantasy 11 was the first to not have random battles. It's an MMO, so it's kind of hard to have random encounters in an MMO. That would be kind of bad, actually. 12 also didn't have them, 13 also has all the enemies in the field. I'm pretty sure it was 13-2 that introduced the ability to get like a preemptive strike? Or was that Lightning Returns? I don't actually remember. In any case, what time are we at now? We really haven't gotten a whole lot done other than getting the ruby. Well, but here's the thing. I'll have to go all the way down to the basement again. So that'll take a while, so I don't think I'm gonna show that. I'll just meet you back where the vampire was, probably next time. Also, something else I meant to point out earlier was the fact that, yeah, because certain magic spells can't be learned, like Black Magic level 4, some of those spells can't be learned by your Black Mage. Yeah, we're kind of running into getting to a point where you're starting to have to wonder when we're gonna class up, and to be honest, I don't actually remember. So when it happens, it'll happen. I'm really looking forward to it because I really like to have that teleport spell. But in any case, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Final Fantasy 1.